Hello, and welcome back. Alright, let me just double check what I missed in chat. I don't think I missed a heck of a lot here. You haven't caught up yet? Alright, well, I respect your decision. We'll be continuing from chapter 19 of Meet today. You know that? Yeah, we just got to that big reveal. Yes, Aleph did request the phrase Bimbo Milking Station to be fucking damn it, put in chat. Although, your suggestion of Himbo Milking Station is also a curious one. Yes, welcome Sneak Cat Odd and Front Burrito and any folks viewing anonymously. Drawing those seeds. Nice. Oceans. Taste it. Does not make sense, but I do love it. Okay, let me just fix something here. So, the thing that I'm fixing is the backlighting on my new fucking phone, because I finally fixed that shit. Hell yeah. So, I have my new phone, pretty well organized. Eat Sand 2019. Y'all are reminding me of this very specific Splatoon artist who I follow on Twitter, whose in-game name is I Eat Sand. And it's a common topic on their newsfeed. Ocean Man. Nice. Yeah. So I have chat on my phone, which is very handy. No more fucking around with my computer. Yeah, so, what the, I always forget to do that. You eat sand. Okay, oh yeah, I wanted to show you all this. How much of it is? There. No, it's got the full picture. I just wanted to show you this image because it's I think that it's beautiful. I came across it. Someone linked it in this Discord server recently. So if you're interested, if you are on the Tumblr, I'll give that a reblog. There's the link. Those watching on YouTube in the future, links will always be in the description. If I ever send a link in chat, I'll also put it in the video description. I don't talk about that enough. I feel like most people, I feel like anyone who watches my videos, which is not a lot of people, but still, feel like they don't know that all of the links are in the description. I don't know if anyone even utilizes those links, but damn, are they there. What madman. Apparently Tumblr user Red and Black Tack. Yeah. So, I just thought that you'd appreciate this. Beautiful art. And, yeah. The Game of Life video got taken down by the poster? Game of Life. Which video are you referring to? The Dirk one. Oh, the one that you linked last weekend or the weekend before. You linked that one during a stream. Well, shit. I guess it's good that we got to watch it before it got taken down. Damn. That was a very fitting song. Well, if it's a lyric stuck, then it's possible that someone else has used the art to do roughly the same thing. Yeah, it was one of the epilogue streams a few weeks ago. It is hard to fucking believe that it has only been like 2 weeks since the epilogues came out. Can you fucking believe it? It feels like with all the fucking shit surrounding the epilogues, it feels like it's been like an entire 30 months. Like it was only 2 fucking weeks ago. Like holy shit. Yeah. Time is weird. Well, anyway. We all aged 30 years reading it. Yeah, that's very true. Oh, you've read this far. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, we're back here at chapter 19. So, yeah, we'll try and hammer through another, like, it seems to be getting, like, maybe 4 to 5 per stream, which is, like, a decent pace, because I would like to finish this definitely before I have to go to camp. 20-something. Okay, cool. Yeah. My goodness. I thought... Oh, fuck. Oh, that's what's missing here. I forgot to do my vocal exercises. That's an issue. I'm gonna put on some music for a few minutes and do some warm-ups that I forgot to do because I really need them today. Okay, so I'm gonna put up the back in 5 sign. Sorry for the delay. Just don't want to break my voice because I didn't warm it up properly. So, give me one. Hello, I am back. The frog has vacated my throat, and I am good to go. Thanks for your patience, folks. Okay. Oh, backgrounds. Yeah. Ouch. Nah, sure will look fabulous, though. Oh, thank you. Alright, so, I'm so excited about this chapter. I love it so much. It contains some of my favorite characters who I love with my whole heart. That out of the way. You hate perspective. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, perspective takes a fuckload of practice. Well. Without further ado then, it's the best characters. The best whom I love very much. Okay. Let's do this. 19. Anyway, back to the B-plot. Right about now, Jade should be wrapping up her political presentation to Roxy and Calliope, using a lot more graphs and far fewer words than Dave did when roping her into the election. Her approach is definitely more heady, but it's also more accessible. Jade's got this disarming combo of head-in-the-clouds flightiness and the kind of legit, down-to-earth cred that can only be earned by having done something like cutting open your grandfather and stuffing him full of polyurethane foam. Oh, God. Poor sweet Jade. So as you can see, Jane's neoliberal austerity measures... Roxy groans upon hearing the phrase neoliberal austerity measures for no less than the 3rd time in this presentation. As outlined here in Graph B2, and here in Figure A6, and here in this very spooky drawing I dictated to Callie. Great drawing, by the way. That's so cute. I love them so much. Will no doubt lead to a whole bunch of ugly societal backlashes. Not just in economic terms, but on a number of other more serious vertices that we've been lucky enough to avoid on New Earth so far. You don't say. I do say. The thing is that Jane is an establishment leader. She's looking at doing things the way our old universe did them. She's pretty convinced that she is going to be able to replicate the capitalist hierarchies that Earth had, but in a more responsible way. But none of that stuff actually worked. And you think Karkat can do better? I think it's worth it to give him a chance. He's a leader of the people, and he's experienced firsthand what happens when establishment goes too far, which I imagine you can sympathize with. Jade takes a deep breath, panting a little. Her graphs are floating around the living room in disarray. She spins them around, gliding her hands through the air like a conductor before folding the pages back together and shrinking them to pocket size. Space powers! And that's my pitch. Roxy and Calliope exchange a look. I'm going to go get us tea and snacks. Would you like some, Jade? Oh, yeah, sure. Any preferences? Pumpkin matcha if you have it. Of course, I'll be right back. I don't really know much about specifically the flavor of matcha and how well it would go with pumpkin because I don't really like matcha. So I haven't really had it in a while. I don't have the palate to determine whether or not that would work, but I've seen a few people say pumpkin matcha sounds fucking disgusting. Yeah, green tea condensed. Like, I've tried it before. Not my thing. I also don't like green tea, so, that makes sense. Actually, I'm gonna have a little more water just while we're paused. Okay. Calliope excuses herself from the conversation and flees to the kitchen, seemingly making no attempt to disguise the fact that she is, in fact, fleeing. Jade deflates as she watches her go, sensing that her presentation wasn't the slam dunk she was hoping for. So, what do you think? Well, I gotta say, this has been a hella convincing argument and all, but IDK if I can help you out. What? Why not? Roxy presses her lips together, then bounces her palms on her knees. Her gaze slides east, right out the window. She and Calliope live in a belfry above New Prospect. One end of their living room is an oriel window that looks out over a public park. The other disappears into an arcading hallway lit at the far end by a giant stained glass window that Calliope made herself. That sounds so fucking beautiful. I want to see fucking fan art of that. I can't believe I haven't seen fan art of that yet. That sounds super gorgeous. Also, go Calliope. The corbels supporting it have windy abstract shapes carved into them. This room reminds Jade of her childhood home, except that it's bright and warm and not inhabited in all corners by corpses and ghosts. That's why she can't settle down. That's what keeps Jade Harley flitting from couch to couch, relationship to relationship. She can't stop thinking to herself that home comes awfully close to rhyming with alone. Home is John, who doesn't call anymore. Home is when Rose and Kanaya welcome her in from a cold night and help her set lyrics to her sick bass lines. Home is here, snorting at Roxy's irreverent method of storytelling and admiring Kelly's art. Home is Dave and Karkat. Especially Dave and Karkat. Jade knows that this election is important for a number of reasons, but let's not mistake her enthusiasm for some kind of humanistic altruism. Girl's got personal reasons for doing this. I mean, like, maybe she has, Dirk, hello, maybe she has personal reasons, but I am absolutely certain it is not 100% personal, and that this is definitely also involved in this situation. Jade drifts down to sit cross-legged on the couch beside Roxy. She stares at her with a doggish expression, eyes wide, head lolling to the side. until she gets an answer. I just don't really care about politics that much, I guess. Roxy, no! Don't do that. Honestly, this whole attitude of Roxy's that carried over into Candy a bit as well, just like fucking hurt me. Like, don't do this. Don't be that guy, Roxy. Come on. Oh no, I don't believe you have mentioned your theory. I'd be interested to hear. Roxy turns to face Jade again, smiling apologetically. Also, this election is all kinds of personal. I mean, if I came into your house and asked you to make some grand political whatever against your BFF, would you be all, oh yeah, totes sign me the fuck up. I'm all about the sowing of discord among my childhood friends. Let me guess. Dirk got you first. Not even. I got no problem telling Dirk where to stick it, LMAO. Snaps for that. But Dirk's not the one running. You think he's not the one pulling the strings behind the scenes? Sure, but give Janie a little credit. She's got more moxie and ambition in her pinky than the rest of us got altogether. She's been planning this for years. But she's, ruthless? Roxy frowns. Jade is being pretty unfair. Of course you would say that, Dirk. Fragile. She's got to be Miss Perfect all the time for the billboards and press meetings. Always wearing those power suits trying to look like a big bad bitch. You mean like the Condis? Wow, ouch. I'm not just imagining it though, right? You see it too. Not to dredge up something horrible from your history, but her whole image is just kinda... oof. Is that what you guys think? You and Dave and Karkat? Well, yeah. Roxy leans forward and stares Jade down like she is searching for something behind Jade's eyes. Jade unwittingly responds in kind, looking for meaning behind Roxy's gaze, but she comes up empty, and to be honest, so do I. In the spirit of full disclosure, Roxy's the only one left I haven't been able to crack. Her mind remains a total enigma to me, just like it always has. If I had to guess, it's her void powers that make her invisible, even to increasingly omniscient parties such as myself. For all intents and purposes, it's like her thoughts don't exist. She's the same person as far as I can tell. She still wears her heart on her sleeve. But the bottom line remains. Roxy Lalonde is still utterly fucking inscrutable. Meat is written by Dirk, Candy by Caliborn. Both endings are written as a writing exercise moderated by Calliope outside of the canon because Callie wanted Dirk and Caliborn to make a truce after the events of the story. Dirk and Caliborn both went too hard and went ridiculous to fuck with Calliope's plan. And it's also like he sort of played out like D&D with the other kids and trolls, which is why people still kind of act like themselves while the others are super out of character. Oh my god, I love that. No, I super love that theory. That's a hilarious image. The two of them, Callie trying to get the two of them to play friends again. Oh my god. That's amazing. I love it, Odd. Well, Jane's not perfect. Roxy shrugs and runs a hand through her hair, which has recently cut shorter than usual. There's a word missing there. It should be like recently been cut shorter than usual or something. Headcanon to make yourself feel better. Fuck Dirk and also fuck Shane. They're both kind of bouncing off each other. Yeah, headcanons to make it feel better is an unfortunately common thing that a lot of people are having to do with the epilogues. Yeah, just bouncing ideas off each other and weaving their crap together. I can see that happening. Right, recently been cut shorter than usual. I'm so excited for the rest of this conversation. And I don't know if she'll be a good president, but she's not Betty Crocker. And I love her, and I don't want to hurt her feelings. And that's pretty much all there is to say on the matter. Calliope returns from the kitchen with 3 cups, a handmade teapot, and some candied cakes. Jade finally relents. Fine, I understand. Callie, what about you? Calliope sets down the snacks and brushes Jade's skirt aside so she can sit down. She puts a claw to her mouth and makes a facial expression more complicated than you'd think a skull would be capable of. Oh, I'd rather stay uninvolved, thank you. I feel like interfering in both politics and a personal argument between friends would be impolite as well as kind of stressful, to be honest. Yeah, sorry, Callie, I probably shouldn't have put all that on you. Less apologizing, more snacking. Candy time skips so much because Callumore doesn't do pacing, and Dirk comes out of proverbial narrative curtains because he can't not handle not being the center of attention and the absolute fucking mastermind. Yeah, that is true. Calliope claps her hands. Sorry, I stopped myself up in the middle of that sentence. Calliope claps her hands together. It's a bright noise. Her tone of voice is bright too. All these years and she still can't believe that she has so many friends. Oh, my heart. She smiles at Jade, and Jade smiles back. The tea tastes great. The cakes are even better. Callie's an artist in everything she does. Wow, Callie, you're such an amazing hostess. Roxy, you're so lucky to have her. Roxy giggles, awkwardly. She gives Jade a gentle jostle, an elbow to the ribs, and lowers her voice. Psst, not her, them. Oh. Jade tenses up and pales, turns a wide-eyed look to Calliope, who is still smiling politely. She realizes, a bit too late, the profoundly insensitive nature of her social misstep. Oh! She grabs one of Calliope's hands. Oh, wow! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be, culturally insensitive. Have I just been stupidly calling you a girl for years like a big dummy? Oh, no, I'm such an asshole! Oh, you are absolutely not an asshole. I didn't mind being called a girl. I still don't really mind. It's just not exactly accurate. But I did take comfort in being a girl for a very long time. This is something I've only recently decided. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna read a little further and then I'm gonna yell for a little bit. Because this gave me a lot of emotions. Roxy pauses, even though the lilt of her voice makes the sentence sound unfinished. She stutters the next part out. Me too, actually. You? Oh yeah, we are both a they household now. Package deal thing. Things are non-binary as fuck around here. I don't even like this is probably gonna sound like a little silly, but this was the only part of the epilogue that made me really tear up. Yeah, I got through all of the other stuff and I was shocked and emotional about it, but actually tearing up and crying about things, it takes kind of a pretty big gut punch for a piece of media to do that to me. But this did it. I was just it was just surprise, and it just made me really happy. Because I already loved them both so much and was so attached to them, and then I was hey, they're like me. That's so, you just don't find that very often. And yeah, of all the things in the epilogue that made me like actually fucking cry, it was this. And it's still like rereading it and just talking about it makes me so happy and excited. Like, yeah, this is very special for me. And this is part of why I was so fucking excited to be reading this chapter, because I saw the three of them and I was like, this is the one. Ah. Yeah, so that's, you know. Yeah, it's still just like, like it's actually here. It's actually in the thing. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna keep gushing, so I'm gonna keep reading. Wait. What? Really? Yep. Well, I mean that's probably a dumb and bad way to say it, so don't tell anyone I said it that way, Raffle. But yeah, that's about what's going on. Don't be down on yourself. You are a perfect creature and I love you. Roxy? Seriously? Like I said, fucking inscrutable. I never would have guessed. Not that I've spent much time contemplating issues related to gender. I'm pretty secure in my own expression of masculinity, and you know what? Fuck this. I don't owe anyone an explanation of any sort on this topic. I'm confident with who I am, what I am, my gender, as well as my understanding of the concept. You want my honest opinion? It's fucking fantastic. Good for them. Both of them, I mean, but also both of them in a singular fashion, since each one can now individually be referred to by the conventionally plural word them. I'm ecstatic for this personal development they've embraced for the people they are, the lack of gender they identify with, and the pronouns they prefer. So I've got no problems with it whatsoever, and frankly, it's fucking insulting anyone would ever imagine otherwise. So yeah, I'm gonna allow it. Carry on. I don't like the fact that he ends this with, I'm gonna allow it, as if it's his fucking decision to make. Shut the fuck up, jerk. But like, yeah. So that's a paragraph. But see, the thing is, he's so enthusiastic here, but then he keeps, like, you know, there's like later points where he deliberately misgenders them for the purpose of irritating Alt Calliope, which is like such a fucked thing to do. Like, it doesn't matter if the person's not listening to you. Use the right fucking pronouns. You know, it's so gross and petty to misgender someone for the purpose of irritating someone else. Like, yeah. So I'm a little jaded about all of this enthusiasm just because of his later behavior in that sense. You're mad because you want to be trans too. I've seen so many fucking, oh my god, on Twitter, I've seen so many posts with people who are just like, it's like an image of Dirk and he's like, yes, I'm trans. Yes, I am transphobic. Yes, we exist. I'm just like, oh my god. Ah. What's a good meme to put on a cup? All I can think of is it's reminding me of this fucking Twitter account that I found the other day. Because I'm thinking of, like, in a cup. What would be appropriate specifically for a cup? And I'm picturing, like, these fucking videos. Okay, I'm gonna... Garfield is a good one. Maybe You Are Not Immune to Propaganda. But it's like, so like they're just running around There's a tiny Shrek running through this fucking dog course. How did they remove the dog? I don't know, but they did, and they replaced it with a tiny Shrek. Where there's like a like it's replacing it with a bunch of video game things where there it just sinks into the fucking ground. I kept picturing all of these videos where it's like meme cup sinking into the top of the cup. Like where like this. I was picturing this one too. The dog falls into the fucking pipe and then goes into a fucking Mario world. Anyway, that was actually an account that my brother found. I was like sitting downstairs and I was just like playing Splatoon and he just could not stop fucking laughing. He was like, look at this. It's like, yes. It's fucking perfect. So yeah. You just hit this account immediately. It's fucking brilliant, honestly. Okay. Wow, that felt good to say out loud. Wow, that felt good to say out loud, man. Aw, hell of a way to come out. This is a big mood. I've had, multiple situations like this. It's okay. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. I know. But I am curious. If you need to talk about it, I mean. Maybe. Callie and I have been talking about it a lot. Unpacking all kinds of baggage with their alien stuff and my human stuff. And so I got to thinking, what even is gender? Am I right? Whoa. Oh, yeah. That makes sense, I guess. What's it called? Yeah, Callie and I, and then this is what Roxy refers to in Candy then, right? Is that, they were talking about a lot of this stuff with Callie, but then the two of them stopped spending as much time together, and that's still not really explained. In Candy, it's just kind of like, well, they're just not hanging out anymore, and, you know, and John was really confused by it, and I was really confused by it, and I was like, give me back my Roxy Callie rights. Yeah, and that's how they explain it in Candy, is they're like, yeah, I was talking about it a lot with Callie, and then, you know, we stopped hanging out so much, so I didn't really think about it as much. But it was still, like, a thing that existed, and the whole dichotomy of, like, meat versus candy in terms of where Roxy goes with gender things is such a, like, really well thought out, like, complex look at gender identity and how environment can affect it. Not in that aliens will make you lose gender, but in that your environment and your circumstances and who you are with, like, all of that affects how you navigate those feelings, how you come out, or when, or if, you know. BK do crimes. That's a good one. Yeah, and he's upset that he drew Roxy away from Callie. yeah. Yeah, like, it's can affect so much, right? Like, I have a little more of a personal connection to that, but I think I'll save it for when we actually get to that conversation with Roxy. Just because I don't want to be, like, quoting that conversation and then get it fucking wrong. Callie was, like, resigned to taking watch of Gamzee. Yeah, they were like, hey, bring Gamzee back. And I was immediately like, oh my god, fuck this. I was immediately like, I don't think I'm gonna like this. This is not... I'm nervous. I am optimistic because I'm an optimistic person, but I'm very nervous. That's how I felt as soon as Gamzee's name was mentioned in Candy. I should have fucking known, because they had tags for clown and clown dynamics. But I still forgot. Rip. Caliborn's hetero story. Yes. Yeah, that was kind of a running theme along in Candy's. Everyone's off in their neat little heterosexual pairings. Jade looks at where her hands are folded. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Jade looks at where her hands are folded in her lap, bites her lip. She has her own concerns about this, her own thoughts. Reasonable thoughts, I'd say, but I'll refrain from any further comment. I'm staying away from this subject from now on. I didn't realize this, actually, until I saw someone point it out later, that this is the only time in... the only time in not the only time. Wait a second. No, but it's another... They're referring to the whole dog biology situation because of fusing with Beck. Because it's kind of implied in Candy when they have that... Jade and Jake have that conversation about kids. That it's... I mean, to put it in a blunt way that they didn't. In the epilogues, Jade, they're basically saying that it's Jade has Beck's genital anatomy. Yeah, so that's kind of like what they're implying by this. At first I was just like, oh, when I read this through the first time, I was like, Jade has gender thoughts. That makes sense. Lots of people have gender thoughts. I think everybody should have gender thoughts. But, like... yeah, and then someone pointed that out, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Still kind of on the fence about how they handled it. I think, I thought of a better way to explain it, but then I forgot, so maybe I'll have better thoughts on that later. Yeah, it's I feel like it's a subject that's handled better in some parts than others. Like, this is nice. I feel like this was well handled in terms of that. But, like, the whole thing with Jake, I don't know, something just felt really weird about it to me. I feel like what felt weird about it specifically here, the fact that they are, like, confirming genitals, is that, like, that's explicitly something that Hussey... Like, he explicitly avoided that through all of Homestuck. Like, when, like, not, like, mostly with the trolls, right? Because everyone's like, what do troll dicks look like? But also kind of with the kids, right? So I guess it just feels like... I guess it feels out of place for it to be like a thing that they felt like they needed to put explicit focus on. You know what I mean? it ties into the whole, like, they're mature now, so we're gonna talk about the sex and all that. But yeah, I don't know. It just feels a little out of place. And in the case of Jade in particular, I just feel like there certain parts their handling of it was ham-fisted, and it was treated almost more like it was a joke than a serious thing. It's kind of like, where are they going with it? And mm. Yeah, because I think, actually, come to think of it, aside from this one part, the only other times it really comes up is in a jokey context. Like, oh, silly Jake isn't understanding what Jade's getting at. And, oh, that one scene with Terzi and John where she's like, where John talks about Dave and Jade tying the knot, and Terzi gets on his back for going for the obvious play on words. Yeah. So yeah, it sits a little, the whole presentation of it sits a little weird with me. Jade got shafted, and I'm mad about it. So many people were like, Jade, Jade got kind of shafted at the end of Homestuck. Hopefully, Jade will get better screen time in the epilogues. Wah wah. No siree. Anyway. Yeah. That's a whole thing. Continuing on, however. So, you're, not doing gender anymore? Yeah, I guess not, LMFAO. I mean, that was all stuff from our old universe. Why do we even bring it here, right? Right. Calliope takes a tea cake between two of her claws and eats it delicately, hyper aware of the horrible gnashing and snapping her powerful jaw is capable of. My ideas about gender shit between two of their claws. They take the tea cake between two of their claws and eat it delicately. Sorry, my bad. It was my ideas about gender were entirely influenced by my time watching Earth. I suppose I only thought of myself as a girl because my brother took masculinity quite seriously. By which I mean he became very enthusiastic about all the things it supposedly meant to be a boy. Shrub existence is dichotomous, but not in the same way human biology is. I mean, human biology isn't dichotomous either. But anyway. I suppose our view of human culture indirectly influenced Alternia's development, which in turn affected yours, which is something I've had a lot of time to think about since we came here. It's also very circuitous and arbitrary. Yeah, exactly. Like, when you think about it, so much of what Earthsea thinks about what boys and girls should do comes straight from the imagination of a bunch of dumb teens, which is totally fucked. Sure. Jade nods quite thoughtfully. She'd be a doggy's fucking uncle if she wasn't gonna come across woke as hell about this. Truthfully, though, it was making sense to her. Eye-opening, really. Why hadn't anyone told her this was an option when she was younger? She probably would have loved being they when she was a teen. Non-binary Jade. I'm declaring it canon. Just so you all know. Making that declaration here and now. But yeah, here's another thing that's just kind of weird with me, is kind of like, I mean, I guess okay. The co-opting of certain modern terminology into Homestuck. Like, why would Dirk be using the word woke when that was, like, that vernacular was not a thing at all before. Although, you know, I'm nixing my own argument here. I'm fucking myself over here. Because technically speaking, Dirk being from way the hell in the future could potentially have come across language like that in his research. So I guess I just canceled myself there. Canceled my own argument mid-sentence. Yeah. There's certain other characters, though. Like, Dave in particular, I know, like, uses the word woke a few times. And I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, like, I suppose with following the train of thought from before, it could be Dirk's influence that, not like a mind control influence, but like a social influence, and that he was using this terminology so it spread to other people in the group. But yeah, just the fact that it's like Earthsea, and they're using like still what is our present day terminology for things. Like, it made sense when Homestuck was coming out in serialized updates, kind of. Actually, I guess it never made sense, did it? Although I guess, no, they weren't so overt as this, I think. Other than Over 9000, but that predated 2009. But yeah, I think mostly kind of meme references were not made directly by the characters, but more by the narrative itself, which would make sense because that would be either, you know, that would be Hussey or maybe Caliborn. Yeah, I guess just hearing the characters so directly be like, yeah, I feel like this tangent is not going anywhere. Kind of crossing out all of my own arguments here. So I'm just gonna keep fucking going. But before, I'm gonna remind you all, non-binary Jade canon. Anyway. I mean, what am I gonna do? Get married and pop out 100 babies? No? Exactly. I mean, once upon a time, I guess I thought about that. But I don't think it's what I really wanted. I just like the idea of me and Dirk making some smart-ass awesome kids together, because I liked the idea of Dirk. And also literally no one else on the entire planet was alive at the time. But we had some babies without even being consulted about it anyway, so whatever. Your kids are pretty cool. I know, right? Personally, I'm a big fan. It's fucking cute. And like that, Jade's smiling again. The storm clouds pass so quickly in her world, you almost wouldn't have thought there was anything wrong at all. Roxy and Calliope certainly don't notice. But there is something wrong. And this time, they'll notice. Jade drops her tea. The cup hits the floor and shatters. Jade? She takes in a sharp breath. She's not feeling well suddenly. She's dizzy, feverish, seeing things beyond her field of vision. A blinding flash of light, a black, perfect circle burning a hole in her eyes. She tries to stand, but her knees wobble and knock together. Roxy shoots out of her seat and catches her before she hits the floor. See, incorrect. Oh, shit. Is she okay? Okay, get a cloth from the kitchen and some water. Okay, I'll be right back. Roxy eases Jade onto the couch and checks her pulse. She doesn't look bad at all. Jade wears unconsciousness well, having spent the better part of her life napping. Roxy slaps her cheeks lightly and says her name, begs her to wake up. But she can't hear them. Jade is somewhere else right now. Okay. This is a short one, so we'll read all of this before getting to, damn, it's all good. No, totally understandable. I mean, y'all know what happened in the middle of the last Rose of Winter stream. Yeah, so I'll read this, and then we'll break. 20. Jade gasps awake and begins to spiral. Her body vibrates, sending waves of space distortions out in all directions. But there's nothing to absorb those distortions. No space, no nothing. She's floating in a void of pure, overwhelming light. She feels it even before she feels the pain from the wound in her chest. The vast emptiness surrounding her. The absolute abyss once known as the furthest ring. For a moment, she has the feeling that she's recalling something. Images and sounds in her head that resemble memories, but the memories aren't hers exactly. They seem to be someone else's. There's an older version of Roxy, someone with a cheerful green skull for a head who was Roxy's girlfriend? Partner. Something about an election. No, this doesn't make any sense at all. The memories are slipping away anyway. Quickly they dissolve, and soon they're completely out of her mind's reach, like she's waking from a dream. Just like that, they're gone. All that's left are the memories belonging to her, along with the dire predicament for which she must claim responsibility. Her friends, Lord English, this great nothingness, the savage wound in her chest, that black hole. She looks away from it, quickly, reflexively, the way you turn away from a light source that's too bright. The hole causes the same kind of discomfort to behold. It's so dark it hurts, yet it calls to her. Her hair spills around her like tentacles unfurling. She coils into a fetal position and runs her fingers along the edge of the shard in her chest. It sends pins and needles under her skin. It's pure negative potential. The absence of a future. The thing skewering her through right now is the space between breaths, between atoms. She tries to remove it, but has trouble getting a grip on it. It fails to behave like a solid piece of matter, remains lodged within her stubbornly. It hurts, but she won't finish dying. Not just yet. She unfolds, blinking against the vast empty light around her. Her memories crease as she moves, filling her mind with the knowledge of the last few hours. She's 16, she thinks, trying to orient herself. And she's just fought Lord English after being plucked out of a doomed timeline. At least, if you can call what she did fighting. But what was that dream? It was significant, she knows that much. Dave and Karkat? Why did they jump into her mind as a unit? Earth-Sea. What's Earth-Sea? Concepts collide, commingle. Two different understandings of her world knit into each other as easily as she takes her next breath. Urgency bleeds off of her neural receptors, melts right out of her fingertips. She lets herself float, unmoored, carried along an ebb tide in space that only she can perceive. There's that word again. She wonders if anyone else has survived. She wants to see John. She didn't notice the moment she turned her gaze back towards the black hole, but now she couldn't look away if she tried. In slow, hazy spirals, it beckons her. The longer she stares at it, the deeper she peers into the fold of infinite atrophy, and the louder it gets. Loud? She only now notices there is sound emanating from it, but not the kind physical ears can detect. The whole has a voice, one that becomes material the more the expanding black sphere dominates her senses. Jade's wound throbs. She hears the voice fill up the dark space between her ribs. It's calling to her from the center of the death of everything. She kicks off her ruby slippers and drifts ever closer. Come. What the fuck? Forget I said that. Jade leans into her accelerating descent. She listens for another command, but the whole has seemingly said all it will. She considers asking who is speaking, but her mouth stays shut, powerless against the forces transfixing her. Jade has no way of knowing who this voice belongs to. She has no context for understanding the true nature of this being, what role she has played in bringing about the end, and how long she has been waiting for this. She has no idea. But I do. The dead shrub is making her move. We should get the fuck out of here. Let's see what Dave's up to, okay? Yes, Callie. Yeah, so... Callie, so here's my theory about how the fuck this actually works. Callie, as a very powerful muse of space, used this young Jade's body floating towards the black hole as a vessel to reach through Jade's ultimate self and grasp the consciousness of Jade in the meat timeline. And then spreads her and then through her possession of Jade in the Candy timeline is how she continues possession of Jade in the meat timeline. So that's what I'm thinking. Also, Dirk, fuck you. Go Callie. Let's read the next chapter. Or, wait a second, that's true. Oh, this is a fucking long one. Alright. This is the one with Kanaya. I'm pretty sure this is the one with Kanaya. Okay. Yeah, it's 5 minutes after midnight. So, I'm gonna put 5 minutes on the clock. Yes, we'll start with sound judgment. Yeah, we're gonna take a quick little break and then come back to chapter 21. Hello. I got distracted, so that was an extra few minutes of cool music. Sorry about that. Okay. Alright. So, chapter 21. I know this is Dave and Karkat, but I kind of forget which chapter this is. Oh my god, that's right. Duh, the one with Kanaya. I can't believe I just zoned out on that. Literally before break, I was like, yeah, this is the one with Kanaya. Oh my god. This is indeed the one with Kanaya, because there is Mother Grub. Okay. Actually, that's like a thing that I almost wish had been pointed out to me that just irritates me to no end now. Which is that the entire crux of this political plot surrounding troll reproduction is a plot hole because the mother grub is already producing eggs in the fucking credits. So it doesn't make sense for this to be an issue now. So that just like, not gonna lie, kind of like really, maybe kind of like really, because like Homestuck has always been like obsessively thorough in those kinds of details. You know, nothing was ever really a mistake. There was always something there to read into it. That kind of, you know, that kind of level of detail. But like, that's such a big thing to let drop. I don't know. Something got tossed out of place there. Because like, Hussey literally wrote the fucking outline for this. So like, guaranteed this was like a, you know, this is his thinking, his doing. But he contradicted the credits and I don't understand why. Okay. 21. Holy shit, that's disgusting. Don't be a fucking xenophobe. I'm not being a xenophobe. Karkat doesn't respond immediately. He shuffles his feet to the edge of the outcropping they're standing on and stares down at the brood pit, where the mother grub of Earthsea is squelching out unfertilized jelly. Dude, you know I'm not a xenophobe. No answer. This silence makes Dave actually back up for This This silence makes Dave actually back up for 3 seconds and think about what the hell just came out of his mouth. He's worried that maybe he said something wrong here, and that he was being horribly insensitive in a place that's probably holy ground for the few Alternian-born trolls left alive. Wow, that sentence. I'm gonna do that again. That was weird. Jinx Pyro! Hello, welcome. Still doesn't get old to see art of it. Yeah, the art is gorgeous. I love all of the fan art that's come out of the publishing of the epilogues. Oh, right, I was going to reread that sentence that I royally chopped up. He's worried that maybe he said something wrong here, that he was being horribly insensitive inside a place that's probably holy ground for the few Alternia-born trolls left alive. Maybe flippant xenophobia isn't the best look in front of your alien pseudo-boyfriend when it comes to jamming about the irreconcilable biological differences between your species. Dave could definitely be handling this situation with a certain measure of restraint or grace. But he's got my genes, so he decided to handle it a different way than that. Fuck Dirk. Meet Dirk. But also, sometimes he's just got some fucking zingers. I mean, that's what this whole election thing is about. Having your back when it comes to this reproduction issue. Well, that and the economy. Let's not lose total sight of the economy in this critical discussion. But I'm almost as passionate about this troll speciesism thing as I am about the economy, which you may not have known is my #1 issue. My wheelhouse, you could say. But my other wheelhouse is giving a fuck about your feelings and culture and shit. Carcat still doesn't answer. He's staring real intently at the jelly. Dude, hey. Carcat. Yo, Carcat, you listening? Hey, dipshit, shut up for a minute. I'm not ignoring you because I'm mad. What? That wasn't what I know that you perished like a delicate lilac bloom in the fucking desert if not showered with my verbal attention at all times. But I'm kind of witnessing the rebirth of my entire fucking species right here. You ever think that this might be a monumental moment for me? That I might be awestruck at the pure majesty of this sight? Dave comes to the edge of the outcropping, standing shoulder to shoulder with Carcat as he too observes the majesty of translucent goo getting birthed out of an alien asshole. Carcat's got a strange expression on his face, cast half in shadow and half in orange light. Dave winces as the grub's nasty slime shoot sputters out a bunch of air bubbles. It's a gross, gurgling fart that goes on basically forever. Yeah, but it is totally disgusting, right? I can't fucking believe you. What part of this is disgusting? Is it the slow deflating of its distended abdomen? The sound of dozens of segmented legs clacking against its exoskeleton? The unfertilized slurry being slowly squeezed from its ovipositional sphincter? Is that it? Is that disgusting to you, Dave? Kind of. You're right. It's horrible. To be completely honest, I would have gladly gone the rest of my wretched existence without ever seeing this. It's like when you squish the toothpaste down in the middle. Only the tube is filled with fetus juice. Jesus Christ, Dave. I'm so... Oh, Kanaya, my sweet. Oh. This is her first official appearance in the Meet epilogue, and I just love her so much. I'm sorry, but I can hear you from down here. Did you want to talk to me, or are you intent on performing an impromptu and... Very sorry, I just couldn't... I just read the rest of it in my head, and I was like, God, don't laugh. Don't fucking laugh. But I just fucking... God damn it, can I... Did you want to talk to me, or are you intent on performing an impromptu and very unfunny comedy act on my front step? Oh, hey, Kanaya. Dave grabs Karkat by the wrist of his oversized sweater, and they skid down the narrow walkway into the mouth of the crater. Kanaya steps out from beneath the canopy where she was doing grub science, wiping her hands on a silk cloth. She's glowing. She's glowing. Her skin, I mean. Her mood can be politely described as pensive. Still, she smiles at the sight of old friends. What's shaking, sis? Must you always call me that? Because sister-in-law, because married. Must you always call me that? Nah, but it does feel pretty rad to say. Like, wow, my sister-in-law is an alien. How cool is that? I love our awesome planet where everyone is free from xenophilic family units without fear of government interference or reprisal, which is a totally smooth segue into the topic at hand. That wasn't smooth at all. In fact, I don't think it would be possible for you to raise the subject. That wasn't smooth at all. In fact, I don't think it would be possible for you to raise the subject we've come to talk about in a more ostentatiously awful and awkward way. Just because you did that stupid little... Here, Karkat pauses to imitate a very common Davism that involves 2 hands and a double wrist swivel. It is an incredibly good imitation because he sees this particular bit of body language like 10 times a day. I'm so looking forward to this hand motion. The record transition hand motion showing up in fics. Motion with your hands doesn't make it smooth. No, see, the reason it's smooth is because I was the one who did it. I got inherent smoothness, and it's a quality that transfers to everything I say and do. Also, that thing I do with my hands isn't stupid. It's cool. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and you do it like 10 times a day. What is it even supposed to be? I'm dropping a beat, like I'm using a turntable and scratching one song into another, all smooth and shit. It looks like you're trying to fold laundry you forgot to iron. Dude, you have never once in your life ironed a shirt. I am familiar with the basic mechanics of your Earth customs, Dave. Okay, ironing is not Earth culture. I've seen Kanaya iron, like, a whole bunch of shirts. Yo, Kanaya, back me up here, sis. Kanaya regards them with a thin-lipped smile that is equal measures patronizing and fond. So this is about the election. Ah, yes, you've already heard. Kanaya holds up her phone. I do get the internet down here. I am impressed that you managed to be seen in front of that many people without spontaneously bursting into flames. You need art for that? What, like the hand motion? Yeah, like I think it's like the part where they describe it as a wrist swivel that's kind of throwing me off, because otherwise, like, a record scratch hand motion is like pretty straightforward in my head. But the part where they're like, yeah, he does like a wrist swivel, and I'm like, I don't know if records move like that. Or maybe I'm just picturing too dramatic of a wrist swivel. I don't know. Wow, thanks. Another vote of confidence from one of my dearest friends. This condescension is really rich coming from the person who decided her narcissistic obsession with being the one to hatch the mother grub was more important than not seeding our planet with a stopgap system of reproduction that would cause systemic speciesism to ossify into society for 5,000 years. Whew. Should have taken a bigger breath before saying that one. Karkat, hey. This again? This again? Yes, this again! Fuck! Karkat, buddy, remember the game plan here? We want to get Kanaya on our side, not alienate her completely. Karkat, I acknowledge that there have been consequences to the decisions we made regarding the foundation of this society that were not foreseen or ideal. But I do not think it is productive to attribute these resultant troubles to a single decision or individual. It stands in the way of our efforts to address them. Shh. You know as well as I do that we must present a united front. Please do not misinterpret my tone. I have nothing but the utmost faith in you. Kanaya reaches out to put a hand on Karkat's head. He doesn't duck away this time, and she gives him an affectionate, matronly hair ruffle between his horns. She keeps her hand there and pulls him a step closer so that she can speak softly to him. Her voice trails high in the empty cavern, but her tone is tender and private. I know that this is not what's happening here, but I fucking love Pale Karkat Kanaya. Like, they're just so fucking perfect. While I know that it is difficult for you to take a direct compliment, I have in the past put my faith in you when the threat to our survival has been immediate and literal. It's basically nothing to ask me to do it again now that the threat is it's basically nothing to ask me to do it again now that the threat is far more... Kanaya pauses here, choosing her words more carefully than usual. She takes her hand off Karkat's head and puts 2 fingers to her lip. Karkat's eyes follow the motion, wide and bright as dollar coins. Existential is how I think I shall put it, if we are going to be polite. You're up on all the issues then? Kanaya sighs and starts making her way around the edge of the brood pit. How could I not be when it concerns me so directly? She lifts up the hem of her skirt and jumps in. Dave is watching her, but Karkat is looking contemplatively at his entwined hands. Kanaya is right. It's almost excruciating for him to take a completely unironic compliment, especially face to face, like what she just said to him. I understand this about Karkat. It's one of the precious few things he and I have in common. We internalize and project that quality in very different ways, however, which is why I'm going to win. Shut the fuck up, Dirk. Jane has been here to speak with me recently, in fact. No fucking way. She was quite cordial, as always. You know I do like Jane. In some regards, she reminds me of a friend we had who sadly did not survive our time on the Meteor. She was unfailingly kind to everyone she met, but she also happened to be the heiress to the throne of a vast and bloody empire. And while she had a lot of opinions on reform, she had already wrenched some of her power from our last empress in the traditional manner. Karkat finally looks up at the description of one of their many dead friends. Kanaya carefully steps between the puddles of brood jelly and approaches the mother grub. She rests an ear against the side of its massive stomach, then taps the shell with 2 perfectly manicured fingernails. By which I mean that Jane is perfectly pleasant, and I believe that she has only the best of intentions, but I cannot shake the feeling that deep inside her lurks the potential for despotism. Okay, I get why you guys keep calling Jane a crypto-fascist, but fucking for fairy? She was harmless. These things take time to gestate, Karkat. Damn. Power corrupts in small steps. Compromises, concessions, appeasements, and leaders follow the example set for them. Look at what Jane has modeled herself after already. I do believe it's important to consider precedent. Yeah, this is like... I mean, thinking about Feferi's character, like, similar stuff for sure. You know? Like, we get a glimpse through the Bephoris trolls at what her idea of quote-unquote fixing the system would look like. And it's pretty much just as fucking awful for everyone involved. It still resulted in removal of agency from certain considered lesser classes. And, it's not good. When Kanaya is satisfied by whatever she hears churning inside the grotesque insides of the giant bug, she comes back up to the lip of the pit and hoists herself out. This is why I trust you, Karkat, because you listen to advice from below and beside you, not from above. And if Dave is with you, I trust you not to isolate yourself as you have in the past. Sweet. So we've got your endorsement then? She laughs, not kindly. Jane offered me a seat on the board of responsible troll reproduction. What the fuck? How dare she? That is exactly what I said. With more tact, of course. I do understand the trepidation considering what the history books teach about Alternia. Oh, like human history is a fucking walk in the recreation sprawl. How hypocritical can she be? Yes. In case you can't tell, I am actually fucking furious about this. Yaganaya. She couldn't pick a more subtle word than responsible. She's not even trying to mask her xenophobia. It's like she has no fucking respect for us. It is entirely thoughtless on her part. Our reproduction method is alien and unfamiliar. To a human, it must sound monstrous, uncontrolled even. Well, of course. When I hear about how human grubs chew their way out of the female mate spurt's abdominal hole before consuming the womb membrane, it makes me want to vomit. But you don't see me proposing fucking political policy based on that. Dude, that's not how pregnancy works. Dave, you might not have noticed, but we're not talking about humans right now. Yes, Dave, check your privilege. Okay. Yeah, this is not how pregnancy works. Which is a hilarious thing that is also brought up in Candy. Trolls not understanding how pregnancy works. I believe in Candy Kanai is the one who makes the misunderstanding, though. Anyway, we need to expose her bullshit immediately. I don't see how any troll can vote for her if they hear what she's planning. I have a feeling that it would sway many non-trolls to our campaign as well. I hope that there is at least one principle we share as a planet, which is that we must all work to ensure equal dignity and respect for every species. Otherwise, what was this all for? The three of them stare at the floor in adorably cartoonish synchronicity. What was this all for, indeed? That's a good question. Morality is a cultural construct. It's pure ego for any of them to believe that their personal interpretation of it will result in the most effective laws. But they're fucking right in this case, so shut up. The way Karkat describes human birth sounds way more horrible than it actually is. Yeah. He makes it sound like it's the fucking Alien movie, or was it Predator, or whatever? Whichever the one is where, like, the aliens take over the human body and then just, like, bite their way out of their stomach and, like, explode into the rest of the world. You know, that might be the magic ticket folks need to hear to wake up about this issue. Would you be willing to say exactly that, but, like, in front of a huge crowd, and also a television crew of 6? Or maybe just in front of Jake English? Oh dear, has Jane recruited Jake? That would be disastrous. He is beloved in the Troll Kingdom for his perky ass. Seriously? I told you it's not just me. It has some terrible arcane power. I have never seen anything like it. Rip the bimboification of Jake English. Yeah, not a fan of, like, the treatment that Jake receives in either route. Jake just, like, really gets the short end of the stick in both routes. Slimy, squishy, painful. Yeah, like, human birth, is a complicated thing. So, yeah. Like, the experience of being a pregnant person, there's a lot happening there. But it's not what Karkat's describing. it's supposed to be an amazing moment. I mean, like, I got no personal experience with that. But I suppose that is the rumor. Yeah, definitely still kind of a grotesque experience, but not what Karkat's saying. Nothing to do with Karkat's interpretation. Well, she doesn't have him yet, but Jane is one of his best friends, so we gotta approach this with a scorched earth policy. Give him a whole catter of sob stories that'll make him feel all manly and heroic for lending his support. Just gift-wrapping babies for him to kiss. Troll babies, even? Sure, that can be part of the deal. He can kiss the first natural-born grub right on its gooey little head. While giving double pistols and a wink to the camera, no doubt. Bam. That's your re-election billboard right there. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Of course not, but this definitely has potential. Have you spoken to Rose yet? No. I mean, she's... Dave mimes lying down and taking pills. The look Kanaya gives him is neither fond nor patronizing. Yeah, that's... You could have done that with a little more tact, Dave. What's up with that anyway? Are you guys, grub pregnant? Dave, no. What? Kanaya keeps staring, which is the only appropriate fucking response to a dumbass question like that. Dave, what the fuck? No. It's okay if you are, we won't tell. No. Don't you dare drag me into this grave you're digging for yourself. Come on, Karkat, don't you want to be an uncle to a little bundle of love and unnatural genetic tampering? No. What even goes on inside your head that you just produce this endless gushing spate of atrocious word garbage every day? Okay, stop freaking out. I'm just saying, from what I understand of troll reproduction, it would be technically possible for a troll and a human to... No. And with ectobiology, anything's possible. Oh my god. Whatever put you onto this unfathomable train of thought? I don't know, it's just unusual for Rose to brush me off for our annual ecto-sibling oversharing session. She's been sick for a while. Either she's pregnant or I got reasons to be worried. Kanaya turns her head and bites her lip. Her thin fingers clutch at the hem of her shirt. She starts flickering a little, like a light bulb in a heavy storm. The mood in here is just all over the place. Dave, sensing how uncomfortable he's made everything, cranks up the irreverence in his tone. When you put a foot in your mouth, shoving it all the way through your intestines and pulling it out your ass is a valid tactic, he seems to believe. I'd be cool with it, you know. Bring on the rosemary combo grubs. Rosemary? Like Rose plus your last name, which is Merriam or something, right? Marion or something, right? Merriam. Yeah, that. Ergo, Rosemary. I hate it. Yeah, I know. It's kind of like, yes, technically ectobiology, but let's, cool your jets here, my dude. The Rosemary babies would have her hair in your horns or whatever. Like when two cartoon animals with different species give in to their lust and have preposterous children. Fucking adorbs. I'm going to call my wife and you are going to stop talking. Oh my god. I read, okay, it's fic rec time, even though I'm pretty sure I've wrecked this fic, a while ago already, like around the time that I first read it, but MC Escher, that's my favorite MC, will not tell you how, but troll and human biology mixing and creating is another life being is, happens in that fic. So, if that piques your interest, give it, a check. It's also just a really good fic. But, yeah, that happens at some point. It's in the tag somewhere, so it's not like a big spoiler, but if you're interested. Oh, fuck this part. God fucking fuck. Her thumb is anxiously tapping on her wife's name in her contact list. She walks briskly to the other side of the cave for privacy, pulling the curtain of her makeshift lab shut. At the other side of the cavern, Dave and Carcat bicker about what their combo kids would look like, in the event that they decided to stop being such laughable wusses and fornicating like two cartoon animals of different species who have given into their lust. Jesus. And the day hell freezes over, maybe their kids could even play... And the day hell freezes over. Maybe their kids could even play in the snow. Dirk, shut the fuck up. Kanaya puts her phone to one ear and her hand to the other. Rose's line rings for a long time. It's unusual, she thinks. Rose rarely leaves her phone unattended. Personally, I don't think it's odd, because I'm currently watching Rose lying unconscious on my workshop floor. I'm guessing Kanaya is going to be pretty surprised when it's not her wife who picks up. I love seeing this phrase. I hate the context of this, but I love seeing this phrase. But she'll have to deal with it, because I'm the one holding the phone, and Rose is in absolutely no condition to be having a conversation with anyone. Not even her cherished bride. Hey, sorry, but Rose can't come to the phone right now. Kanaya's voice turns sharp right away. Excuse me? She can sense that something's wrong. She is also smart enough and facile enough in handling questionable men to understand that she quickly needs to regulate the tone of her voice for diplomatic purposes. Dirk, you shut your fucking mouth. You're messing with her head, you piece of shit. Dirk, is that you? I don't answer immediately. I'm distracted by something. She really should chill out anyway. I've got everything under control. Not that she'll ever be able to fully appreciate this. Stop stroking your own ego. Shut the fuck up. Dirk, why are you with Rose? What is going on? I don't have time to explain right now. John's doing something vaguely important to the plot again. God fucking damn it. You piece of shit. Kanaya, I don't have time to explain right now. John's doing something vaguely important to the plot again. Dirk, what? This is gonna have to wait. Dirk. I'm putting you on hold, okay? Dirk! Woo! Okay. Is Dirk just having fun with this? Or is he, like, doing something else? He's just having fun with it, because he's being a little shithole. Okay, so, we'll read this one. I think this might be the last one for tonight. But we'll get chapter 22 in there, and we'll see where we end up. Saying with a big grin on his face. Yeah, that's definitely the vibe. Smug as fuck. "22. You've been drifting for so long that you've lost the ability to objectively judge time or depth or distance. It's getting hard to think about yourself as an objectively limited being. The boundaries of your skin begins to thin and disappear. That's a tense problem. There's a lot of tense problems in this. What is it that makes an individual an individual? Is it the physical space we occupy? The electric sparks that sizzle through our brain flesh? If your perception expands beyond the meat sack of your body, then are you really an individual anymore? Why shouldn't we become gods? Why shouldn't we become one god? You scrunch up your nerdy face and furrow an eyebrow. It seems you aren't enjoying this train of thought. Why am I even thinking about this bullshit? Sorry, dude. That's what's on my mind right now. I'm having a phenomenological debate in my third ear that's That's way more popping than your little hero's journey into the belly of a quarter-life crisis. Ah! Arg indeed. Fucking agree, John. Like, so this is Dirk's fucking internal thoughts. Why shouldn't we become one god? So it's like, because, like, technically they already are gods by nature of the fact that they're fucking god tier. But he's kind of like, why shouldn't we become the bodiless, ever-present entity, similar to, like, the Catholic or Christian concept of God? Or, I would say Judeo-Christian, but I don't actually, I feel like I don't know enough about Judaism to, say that with complete certainty this lines up with their concept of God. I can only speak from my own, upbringing in, unfortunately, a bunch of Catholic schools. Agario. Like the, oh, yeah, that, the dot game where the bigger dot consumes all of the little ones and you're competing with each other. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely kind of the direction that he's going in, is like consuming each other until they're all one massive knowledge or something. Religion is fickle and you grew up with Christianity. Yeah, I grew up in a Catholic household and I went to Catholic school until 10th grade. I did public school for 11 and 12. But yeah, Catholic upbringing, Catholic family. That's my background. Presently, some form of atheist. Been looking into, like, atheistic Wicca or, like, atheistic paganism. But I still gotta do, like, so much fucking research. I'm so mad. I did all this research, and then when my computer died, officially over a year ago, 1 year ago February, I lost my shitloads of research bookmarks, and I'm really still kind of mad about it. Anyway, let's get back to John. And Mina. Yay, Mina. It turns out you don't have time to worry about the voice inside your head because you hear one outside of it. At first, you don't think it's real. You think it must be an oral mirage. Then it calls you the fuck out. Yo, blue guy, get the shell down here. You whirl around, upside down. You look up, then down. There she is. She's clinging to a random server beacon, looking a little the worse for wear, but still grinning. You float down to greet her. Thank God. I was beginning to think that no one else was alive. I'm not alive. Oh, right. Sorry. I'm glad to see you, is what I mean to say. Same, I fucking guess. She narrows her eyes. Her mouth twists into a frown. Not a concerned one, but close enough. You'll take it. I gotta say, damn boy, you look like shit. Or damn boy, you look like shit. Yeah, I know. I suffered a mortal wound, and then I threw up on myself. Other than that, I'm okay though. Other than that, it's all good. That's kind of a lot, John. Waterboat Lord English. He bite the bullet or what? Yeah, he's pretty fucking dead. Well, last you saw him, he was on his way to being pretty fucking dead by way of being consumed, physically eaten, ripped apart and consumed by Alt Calliope through the vessel of 16-year-old Jade's body. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Well, there's that at least. There is definitely that at least. You both stare at each other for a pretty long time and let it sink in. It's a hell of a fact, no doubt, but aside from reaching verbal agreement on certain basic points of fact, you both realize you're pretty much out of material. You were kind of hoping you'd discover a survivor you could have an actual conversation with. Not that you aren't glad to see Mina, but you don't know her, and she's not who you were she's not who you were really looking for. That reminds you. Hey, me fish? Christ. Me fish? No, I know that's not your name. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. It's Mina. Right, Mina. Have you by any chance seen Jade around? Who the fuck is Jade? This is, without a doubt, one of the worst conversations you've had in many, many years. And you aren't just thinking that because I'm telling you you are. Well, I don't know. I mean, really? You don't know Jade? Why the fuck you suppose I'm tight with some random ass hoe? Jade's like a big deal? I thought you were kind of important too. You didn't even know my name, dog. Ugh. You've never been accused of having stellar people reading skills, but even you can tell the look on her face says it all right now. Wait a minute. Do you even know my name? This is a two-way street, you know. Nah. Nah what? So you don't know it? Like, joke? Joke something? No. It's John. Joke is my biological father. I mean, Jake. Jake is his name. Damn it. Yes. Yeah, precisely John's train of thought. It's Fish Lady, Mermaid, Ariel, something or other. Like, something to do with fish. Started with an M. Halfway through this exchange, Mina pulls out a small, clamshell-shaped accessory kit and begins to file her nails. She almost dislocates her jaw by yawning the moment you mention Jake. Hey, Dirk. Fuck off. With all of your condescension towards Jake. Yeah, John's having a hard time with everything right now, and I don't think you can really blame him. Alright, we're veering off course. Jade is my sister. I think she's still out here somewhere. Have you seen her? Nah, man. Your entire body deflates. This is going nowhere. Turns out me-fish is fucking useless. You decide to do her, as well as yourself, the favor of completely ruling out the possibility of eliciting any valuable information from this person. You exhale and just let some stuff off your chest. Man, I just didn't expect everything to go to shit so fast. That's how shit all waves goes. Yeah, I guess. So, never mind Jade. Have you seen any other survivors? Like, anyone at all? Nope. I ain't moved from this floating hunger trunk looking piece of shit since I got my bass kicked. Well, you're the first I've seen, too. Oh. There's another awkward silence. You spend most of it looking at your feet until something occurs to you. So what's your plan now? Plan? Yeah. You just gonna hang around here in the middle of nowhere doing nothing forever? That's what ghosts is most good at, ain't they? You don't have to stay here. I can take you back with me to my planet. I mean, after we're done looking for more survivors. Mina stares at you for an uncomfortably long time. She looks you up and down like she's making certain calculations. On one hand, spending infinity clinging to a fridge-like space computer circling a black hole sounds like a drag. On the other, with her coolness and street cred will her coolness and street cred be able to survive any prolonged association with this dumb blue nerd? That's what she could be thinking, you think? You hope not, though, because if true, it sure would hurt your self-esteem. She finally appears to make up her mind. Nah. Why not? Okay, for one thing, genius, I'm dead. I wouldn't even last on your planet. I'll just, fade away or some shit. I don't know what happens to ghosts in real places. I don't know what happens to ghosts in real places, actually, but I'ma just go with something like that. Oh, yeah. Whoops, I forgot. Anyway, while you was floating there, I came up with my own plan. What is it? Come here. Gonna whisper it to you. Okay. John, you fucking fool! Why the fuck would she need to whisper it to you when you're the only two people in a massive vacuum? God damn it. I should be used to this by now. I mean, I don't know if you ever get used to this shit. I feel like the mortal wound slowly killing him is a pretty new thing for John. Last time he got a mortal wound, I believe that would be from Jack Noir stabbing him through the back. And he immediately died and then immediately resurrected. You lean in rather credulously and bring your ear towards her cupped hand. Nerd. I fucking love Mina. God fucking damn it. You pull back, unamused by the prank. What is this, you think? Fucking amateur hour? Real cute you want to be my savior, blue boy. But the fact is you already helped me out. Got everything I need from you. See you around, sucker. She's laughing her ass off. Before you can react, she jams the button down on the beacon and opens the server. She jumps into the hatch and the door snaps closed behind her. Oh shit. I think I know what just happened. You might want to check your pockets. Wait a minute. You fruitlessly fumble around in your front hoodie pocket. Wait a fucking minute! Sure enough, it's missing. The ring of life you stole back from Rania has been restolen. Bitch just picked your pocket. You got played, man. Fuck! And of course, Mina is jumping into the hell pit that is Candy Earth, in the middle of the troll revolution, or the troll revolt, and is about to team up with Karkat, and finally they can they fulfill the promise of running an army together. Okay. This chapter makes me want to scream. Okay, we have 3 minutes left. I think I might run a little over time, but let's see if I can get through one more chapter. Why are you with Rose? What is going on? Why would you think something was going on? By which I mean, why would you automatically assume that what's going on has a sinister overtone? Oh, I forgot to read the chapter number. I should do that. 23. Why are you with Rose? What is going on? Why would you think something was going on? By which I mean, why would you automatically assume that what's going on has a sinister overtone? Did I say that I suspected something sinister was going on? Not with your words, no. But in the grand scheme of things, isn't something always going on? Why would you even ask what is going on if you didn't assume that the thing going on was both abnormal and untoward? Well, now I definitely think that something sinister is going on because you are obviously trying to distract me with semantics. A tactic I'm sure you're familiar with. Excuse me? I'm just making an observation. You know your wife pretty well. You know all of her tricks, all of her little personality quirks. You're confident that you know everything about her. But for some reason, you have no idea where she is right now. What are you getting at? Nothing. Just making sure we both have a clear view of the situation. Laying out the playing field, as it were. Arrgh. Okay, I am going to give you another chance. Why don't we start this conversation over again, and you can say the correct thing this time? Sure. Hello. Excuse me, but I would like to speak with my wife, Rose, whose phone I do believe I am calling, as even these primitive human smartphones have acceptably accurate caller ID technology. Sorry, Rose can't come to the phone right now. She is otherwise occupied. Where is she? She's in my place. I'm sorry, what? Rose is extremely ill and should not be leaving the house alone. What is she doing at your place? Chillaxing, whilst we discuss the inevitable heat death of the universe and the unknowable, solitary nature of human consciousness. I see. If she is capable of such abstract polemics, why is it that she cannot speak with me? That's a damn good question. One that will undoubtedly benefit from further exploration over the course of the next abstract polemic I have with her. Yes, I admit, I'm just fucking with her at this point. But can you blame me when she's making it so easy? Yes, I can, you piece of fucking dirt. Kanaya loves Rose, but sometimes love just isn't enough. Sometimes what you need is understanding. You are testing my patience sorely, Dirk. Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at that. Just ask my fans. I am not making a joke. Me neither. I don't really do jokes. Neither do I. I do often make statements which hold a varying degree of irony, acerbic wit, or dry expressions of amusement. Yes, that roughly describes many of the remarks I make as well. I knew you'd understand. However, my commiseration on this matter should not be mistaken for a gesture of friendship or camaraderie at this moment. Then it seems we're at an impasse. It won't be an impasse for very long. I'm coming over immediately to retrieve my wife. If that's what you want. Tell her that I'm on my way. Sure, I'll get right on that. I hang up on her. Rose looks up from where she's suffering on the floor. The shadows around her are growing. She's staring at me with glassy eyes. Is everything okay? Yeah, just a telemarketer. You know how those Carpathians can be when they want to sell you some shit. Impossible to get him off the phone. Dirk, I'm gonna wring your fucking neck. Ugh. Yeah, Kanaya is super not buying Dirk's absolute bullshit. And she damn well shouldn't. This is a little terrible. Okay. It's a couple minutes after 1. This is another short one, so it will definitely not take very long. I'm tempted to just read through this for the sake of knocking another chapter off, so I think we're going to finish with this today. Because I'm pretty sure 25 isn't a longer one. Yeah. "24. The server Mina fled through is a distant speck now. You look back and can't even see it anymore. In fact, you're not even sure you're looking in the right direction. You are utterly adrift, continuing your lazy orbit around the black hole. The only thing you are sure of is the fact that your ring of life is freshly pilfered from your not-so-fresh-looking hoodie. It doesn't really bother you, though. It's not like you had any plans for it. Taking it from Arania was like a bonus as far as you were concerned. Extra life ring? Nice. Maybe it'll come in handy someday. Scratch that now. The young Condis has it and is probably hatching bold new plans as we speak. Not that those plans will ever have anything to do with you. Yes, hatching bold new plans with Revolutionary Carcat. Hours and hours slip by. Your eye starts to hurt, and the wound in your chest starts feeling numb. It's a disconcerting combination of senses. After a while, you think about tending to your wound. There must be something in your dad's wallet that you could use to bandage the gash. You eye the wallet and try to imagine what could possibly be inside it that would be of any medical use on a wow, butchering that sentence. Let me try that again. You eye the wallet and try to imagine what could possibly be inside it that would be of any use on a medical basis. A straight razor? You'd probably fuck yourself up even more if you tried to perform surgery. You notice you can't seem to make yourself care about healing yourself long enough to continue entertaining ways to MacGyver your body back to health using nothing but the contents of the... That's a longer sentence than I thought it was. Mina being in Candy means Callie is dead because there's only one life ring? I mean, I'm pretty sure that we see Callie wandering around and like talking and stuff in Candy after Mina's appearance. But I suppose that would be something to keep an eye out on during reread because I'm not 100% certain. You notice you can't seem to make yourself care about healing yourself long enough to continue entertaining ways to MacGyver your body back to health using nothing but the contents of a wallet belonging to a middle-aged, shaving-obsessed pipe enthusiast. You put the wallet back into your pocket. Oh my god, here she is. I love her so much. A glint of red catches your eye just ahead. Then it's gone. No, there it is again, another glint. It's flickering or sparkling in some way. What is that? That's a typo. It's a typo. That's what it is. You drift toward it without urgency, worried that it's exactly what you think it might be. You get close enough to confirm. 2 small red slippers, coated in tiny gemstones. Jade's empty shoes are a depressing sight, but you feel a sense of duty to retrieve them. Might as well. You secure them in the wallet, along with whatever other junk is in there. Your wound is starting to throb again. You can hear your blood in your ears. The rush of your pulse is so loud that it almost sounds like an engine of a rocket sputtering to a stop. Wait, it sounds exactly like the engine of a rocket sputtering to a stop. It can't be. It's impossible, you think. But why would it be impossible? Isn't this what you were out here looking for, even if you can't admit it to yourself? What's the point in denying it now? You could just be straight up wrong. I mean, like, yeah, I'm gonna have to double check on that because I'm not 100% certain of whether or not the 2 life rings thing is a conflicting thing in Universe C. But along with many other factors, it could just be that 2 life rings existing and doing stuff at the same time in the same universe could be another one of the extraneous factors contributing to Candy being quote-unquote non-canon. You turn around. There she is, with her flaming red rocket wings. She hovers in place, looking not a whole lot different from when you last saw her years ago. Her arms are crossed over her chest, making knife-like angles where her elbows jet out. She is giving you a look of absolute disregard. It's an expression of exasperation so performative and habitual, it sends bolts of aching nostalgia and fondness through your heart. Dumbly, you raise your hand and give her a dorky little wave. It does not adequately communicate what it is you're feeling right now, but then nothing else would, you suppose. She waves back, but hearing her voice is what makes it real. Hey, loser. Ah! I love Tersey so much, and I'm so happy that she's here now. Void versus life. Oh, that's right. It's the void ring and the life ring that can't exist at the same time. There aren't any strict rules about 2 life rings. That is true. The red-eyed dragon, she's here. Tersey, whom I love with my whole heart. Okay, so, oh wow, we're coming back to a humdinger tomorrow night. So, it's 10 after 1. I went a little overtime just so we could rack up those numbers and get a few more of the shorter chapters under the belt. And that's all for today. Tomorrow, same time, same place, we will resume at Meet Chapter 25. So, yeah, not much else to add. We'll be coming right back here tomorrow. In terms of future streams, if you are not able to make it tomorrow, the fourth and final Rose of Winter stream will be on Tuesday. Since we have a Saturday-Sunday schedule for the weekend, we'll leave a little gap day in between there. Last Rose of Winter will be on Tuesday. Next weekend is pretty much guaranteed to also be a Saturday-Sunday schedule, because I will likely have D&D on Friday night. Because I did have D&D this Friday, but we ended up not actually doing a whole lot, because at the last minute, someone was like, whoops, I overbooked myself, and then it was like me, one other person in the DM, so we weren't able to make a lot of forward progress in our campaign. So next Friday I will likely also have D&D, so that's a Saturday, Sunday for next weekend as well. Tuesday for Rose of Winter if you can't make it to tomorrow's stream, where we are coming back to chapter 25 and continuing to push forward through reading the Homestuck Epilogues. Okay. So, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you had a lovely time, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever you may be getting up to. That is good night from my end. Fingers crossed I'll be seeing y'all here to hang out again tomorrow evening. But for now, Homestuck Volume 10 will play us out.